Welcome, everybody, to the Tony's Picks Look Ahead show here with yours truly, Alessandro, ready to break all of these games down here for December 20th here, Saturday's action. We're about 5 days away now here from Christmas. Hope everybody's enjoying the holiday season. We had a pretty solid day today. It was, again, 8 plays put in yesterday, 7 plays or so put in. Actually, 9 plays, put in yesterday. What do you call it, though? Today we go 5-3 here today. We're up about 197 in the last 24 hours, really. Not too bad. Getting right along here. What were some of the winners? We had Alabama there. We also had the under. Of course, this one flies over the total. Not too upset. I liked Alabama. We had NC State as well. We got super lucky there on an under in Western Michigan, 41-6, under 47.5. That was 41-6, middle of the third quarter on. They kind of sat on the ball and, ran the clock out, get on home with the bowl game victory. But pretty solid day overall. Those Bulls get it done again. So a 5-3 day, much, much better. Getting a little bit hot here as the weekend kicks up. We'll talk a little bit more about it there at the end of the show. Of course, like and subscribe here on the Tony's Picks Look Ahead show. Before we get into it, guys, like and subscribe on a mission here for 100,000 subscribers. Every like, every subscription helps. Thank you guys very much. Let's get into it here. We're going to go to college football. We got the Miami Hurricanes taking on those Texas A&M Aggies. This one here, very good game. Two coaches I'm not in love with in Elko and Cristobal. But I think actually Texas A&M's strong suit being this defensive front that they have. I think Cristobal having that offensive line background make sure Beck gets protected. That's the main thing. If Carson Beck gets protected here, the loud crowd noise nowadays, most of these quarterbacks have the silent snap counts. They have the signals to relay out to their receivers, the flashcards on the sidelines and whatnot. The crowd noise I'm not too concerned about. It's really if this Miami defense is going to step up and force turnovers here against a Marcel Reed who, is coming off that game there against Texas, which he did not look that great in. I get it was on the road there against Texas. I haven't been in love with this A&M team, even though, they have a great SEC record this year, one of the teams coming out, but just, not in love with the SEC schedule that they played. They were favored by a bunch here in most of their games. Their ATS record's a little skewed. I kind of hold it with a grain of salt. They could possibly cover this number. They could even win this game, but I think Miami keeps it close enough, if not wins this one outright, plus 3.5, and what I expect to be an absolute barn burner. So that should be, again, a little bit of a shock here for some people that the Hurricanes are going to go on the road and beat A&M. I think when it's all said and done, it'll be Beck's finest 3 hours here on Saturday. So give me those Miami Hurricanes as a dog pick here in this one. All right, we got Tulane, Ole Miss here in this one. It's looking like the writing's on the wall here with this one. Summerall here is still coaching this Tulane Green Wave program. I just think he is ready to go get on with his Florida Gator job here. Obviously, the last meeting was a 45-10 blowout. About 5 or 6 guys are gone now from this Ole Miss program. Obviously, Lane Kiffin not coaching, etc. I still think plenty enough talent. Give me Ole Miss here, minus the 17.5. They get it done, and believe me, I wanted to back the Cinderella story with Tulane. I can't here with this one. We lay it with Ole Miss, and that's all I can really say about that one. Should they have put 2 Group of 5 programs in this year? I don't think so, but that's neither here nor there. On to the next game. James Madison, Oregon, and what is a tricky line. At the end of the day, Alonzo Barnett and this, almost three-headed monster they have at the running back spot here with James Madison, a defense that's I get it. They played in the Sun Belt Conference, but still almost top 5, top 10 in almost every category you look at. Can force turnovers, this James Madison defense. I've never been the biggest of Dante Moore supporters. Going back to his freshman year at UCLA, this guy was about as highly touted as you can get. Could have gone to any school in the country. Started day one as a freshman at UCLA, and, it was rocky. Has he improved? Of course, he's improved leaps and bounds. I think he would benefit going back to school, much like a Ty Simpson, much like an Arch Manning. Just that, I don't know if I want to lay 21 points. I get Oregon's here at home in Allison Stadium, but this is JMU's possible chance to also have their finest couple of hours. 21, they could definitely backdoor here for. So if you want to buy the half point, buy the half point. But in multiple books I've looked at here, I've seen 20.5. So they're almost, I would even take 20.5 because I think they could keep it within 20 points. But since you're just so close, buy the half point, get the 21. James Madison covers here, I think, though. Should be a good one there. All right, we got college basketball now. Before we get into this, let's like and subscribe here. We got a slew of games I'm going to get into here, a massive college basketball slate. Again, a lot of picks I will have tomorrow. We'll get into that there at the end of the show. But let's start here with Montana, Louisville. Louisville laying 30 points, fresh off that loss, and obviously looking to bounce back here. Montana, I don't know if it was a look ahead or whatnot, but they're fresh off an outright loss to a non-D1 school here in Montana Tech. Obviously, you got the likes of Money Williams here, averaging almost 20 points a game, almost 7 assists per game, big-time guard. I've liked backing some of his props here, but I think the size here for Louisville is going to be too much. I think what Montana is rocking a 6'8" guy down low. He did score, 23 points his last game. I just think the size with Louisville will be too much. Do I want to lay 30 points? No. I think Louisville, fresh off that bad performance here, wants to get out fast, get a big lead at halftime. They do have a big game coming up as well. Could be a look ahead. I think this might be the spot if you want to back Louisville. I don't know if that's 17.5. I've been looking for first half lines, but right now I'm seeing a minus 30. So let's say 15, 16, 17.5 in the first half here for Louisville. It's super inflated. I get it, but I think they get out strong, bounce back, knock the 3-point shot down, which is something Montana's struggling with as well. We'll take Louisville here in this one. All right, on to the next one. Here's a team that's not struggling with the 3, Oakland, putting up almost 85 points a night. Obviously, we know Michigan State can get up and down and run. Jeremy Fears, that's his brother. Jeremy Fears, I do it every time. Both of these guys, big-time players. Obviously, almost 9.5, 10 assists a game out of Jeremy Fears for this Michigan State Spartan squad, beating a dead horse with his props, but it's it's been a cash cow here and there. But I think this one is a track meet at the end of the day. Oakland's going to try and shoot the 3. Even if they miss a ton, they'll keep shooting them until they get them to finally knock down. Michigan State's not going to be scared to run here with the talent discrepancy. Even though, the plus 20 is a little sketch. I just feel like both teams get at least way over the 170s, 78, 75. If you like Oakland, there you go. Gets us over this total. It could even be one of these 88 to 69 type games, gets us over this total. Give me the over 154 here, Michigan State, Oakland. I do think Michigan State more than likely controls this game. They're up by about 10 to 15 probably the whole way throughout. Could be a very possible backdoor opportunity for Oakland. But on to the next game here. We got St. John's and Kentucky. Kentucky not in love with this year, talent-wise. Also, if you look at what they've done when they've stepped up in competition. St. John's, on the other hand, the 1-point loss to Iowa State, no shame in that. I'll be quick with this one because I think St. John's is just flat out the better program this year. Kentucky looks to have taken steps back. Give me St. John's here, minus 3.5. Quick and easy with this one. We're going to zip right through these. UNC, Ohio State. I have concerns about the UNC backcourt, especially now with Trimble being out. It's been almost a whole year they've been without him. But that was a big piece that they were relying on this year. Perimeter scoring wise, it's really just been a Caleb Wilson. Obviously, these other pieces coming off the bench are not bad, but nobody stepped up and been that second big time option that can create their own bucket. But when you look at the Ohio State, they got two of those guys in a Thornton, Bryce Thornton here, and then Mobley Jr., these two guards. And then obviously I like the big guy down low, Christoph Tilly. Plenty of pieces on this Ohio State squad to compete. I like them here, even an outright spot. This one taking place in Atlanta in the CBS Sports Classic. But I like Ohio State here, plus the 4 points. I'm not even mad at a money line outright victory. All right, we got another great matchup here. Memphis getting that cover last time against Vanderbilt there. In overtime, it did take. Anybody on the Memphis money line, that was a heartbreaker. But it is what it is. They did compete in that spot. I don't know if they compete here in this spot. I think they're a little soft on the inside. Not scared to say it. I think Mississippi State here, Quincy Ballard, a big guy down low, kind of capitalizes, has himself a big night. Double-double props live with him. Might be a little juiced. And then obviously we know Josh Hubbard out there on the perimeter for this Mississippi State squad is just a lethal dead-eye shooter. I have no problem laying the -4 here. And what I think is a little bit of a tough spot, too, for Memphis to get right back up here and face another tough SEC school. Probably not the same caliber as the Vanderbilt, don't get me wrong, but I still like laying it here, Mississippi State -4. Another spot, we will be laying it here, Houston -4 against Arkansas. Obviously, Brazile here, the big piece for Arkansas, able to shoot the three a little bit, though. I think this Houston front court knocks them around a little bit. This is going to be a physical scrap here. But the two guards for Houston, these jail yard dogs, I like to call them because, man, these guys are some tough guards. You want to watch how you're supposed to play the guard position. Watch these two guys from Houston. Emmanuel Sharp, almost 18 points a game. Both of these guys, great three-point shooters, great free throw shooters, reliable down the stretch. And then obviously Milo Suzan. Emmanuel Sharp, Milo Suzan could possibly be the best 1-2 guard combination in the country. I have no problem laying the 4 points here as well with these Houston Cougars. Let's not sleep on Houston this year. Just look at some of the recent performances as well, blowing these teams out as well. All right, we're on to Auburn and Purdue. Total at 155.5. I do see a track meet getting up and down, so I'll start there. But the length on Auburn can compete with the length of Purdue. Obviously, we have this Braden Smith here on Purdue, an electric point guard. But again, I think the length here from Auburn kind of disrupts his game a little bit, makes it tough for him to get to the rack. I don't know. I like Auburn here plus the 9. I feel like it's a little too much in what could be a game that comes down to the last possession. So give me Auburn plus the 9. Texas Tech, Duke. Duke laying 8.5 points. I have no problem doing it. At the end of the day, Texas Tech, just right to the Wyoming game, stands out. I know Wyoming's a lot better than, they've normally been, but that one's just, how did they not cover that? It wasn't inflated line. I get it, but that's one that the Texas Tech in the past is normally taken care of. Not in love. It's a brand new Texas Tech squad as well. Not a lot of kids returning back into this program. Obviously, you could say the same thing about Duke, but they come in with a bunch of 5-star talent, NBA talent right off the bat. They've been an ATS monster this year. Not a little bit as of late, but I think this is a spot they get back on track here against a Texas Tech school who I'm not in love with. I'm not scared to lay it here with Duke. Blue Devils -8.5. And then here's a dog for you guys. We got Stanford, Colorado here. Colorado, now I'm seeing 5s laying it here. Obviously, they have a couple of those kids, NBA talent here on this Colorado roster. A lot of hype behind this kid. I still like Stanford here. A couple big 6'10", 6'11 bigs able to stretch the floor on this Stanford squad. They play through them, kick it out to these shooters, play disciplined half-court offense, take good shots, not scared to work the shot clock. I like Stanford here to play fundamental basketball and get this one done and cover now +5. Give me Stanford here in this one. Should be a big upset there. I like that a lot. Give me Marquette and Creighton here in our next matchup to break down. Marquette is struggling shooting. Oh, my gosh. It's dreadful. Almost 28% from the perimeter. 67% from the free throw line. Creighton, not the Creightons of old, but, fresh off that big-time win there. I forget the team, but they were 4-point dogs there, blew them out by, 40. I think it was this Xavier squad, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not scared to lay it here with Creighton. Fresh off a big win, you could say it's a letdown spot. And Marquette just, value is going to start going their way just off looking at their shooting numbers. But I'm not comfortable laying it there with the shooting numbers that I'm seeing out of Marquette. The backcourt, very, very concerning. I'll take Creighton here minus the 7.5. And this one, we got Xavier, Georgetown here in this one. Just spoke about that Xavier squad. I don't know. They might have their hands up here against them as well. I think this one's a defensive slobber knocker. They got to put some hands in people's faces here, Xavier, especially after that performance last time out. Georgetown, historically known for defense, recently have been, the 80-point plus a night type squad. I think they have to go back to their roots here because Xavier's going to slow this pace down a little bit. I'm not scared to go to under 150 here in this one. On to the next and final college basketball game we got here. San Diego State, Arizona. We got Arizona, the 14.5-point favorites. I'll be short and sweet with this one. Don't like San Diego State squad this year. Not just off the Michigan game, but others as well. Just not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. I don't know who's going to take care of Koa Pete. Keep it that simple. It'd be Arizona or pass for me. Number 1 team in the nation gets it done there tomorrow night, minus 14.5 with the Arizona Wildcats. All right, we got NFL action to get into. Saturday NFL action. Wanted to get all the college sports out of the way first. All right, guys, let's get to this professional sports action here. Like and subscribe. Post something in the chat as well. Let me know what you guys think. We got Eagles, Commanders here in this one. Commanders, the 7-point dogs here in this divisional matchup at home. And that's where I'll look. I think still Scary Terry out there, Deebo Samuel. I think there's plenty of opportunities that they can find here with this Eagles secondary that's been, daunting. Nobody wants to step in front of this Eagles defense. And I think Mariota's playing for a job. I think they're very well live in this game. I think you'll see a great Commanders defensive performance here. Still not in love with this inconsistent play calling from Sirianni and quarterback play from Jalen Hurts. We'll just have to sit here and hold our nose and take the bad team with the Commanders +7. But I think the value's all on them here at home in this divisional matchup. On to the next one. We got Packers, Bears here in this one. Bears obviously lost last time out to Green Bay. They're now trying to get a little revenge, quick turnaround revenge. Obviously whooped up on the Browns last week. I think the way Caleb Williams is playing this year clearly is taking another step forward. All the hype that was coming out, that was being talked about him when he was coming out, is starting to come to fruition. He is that West Coast style quarterback that you want, able to get out and escape, create, extend the play, but he's always looking touchdown first to check down second. Gotta love those type of quarterbacks. Caleb Williams, I'm super, super, super high on. I'm a lot more high on than a Jordan Love, who was relatively an unknown, even though he got drafted relatively high. Jordan Love, nowhere near the highly touted rating of Caleb Williams when coming out. And, to me, that does matter because, there's diamonds in the roughs, and Jordan Love could be that, but I don't think he's the caliber of quarterback that Caleb Williams is. I'll just flat out say it, and I think Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams have a better quarterback coach connection, and it's only been, 14 games into it, and I already can see that compared to what LaFleur has done with Love. Don't get me wrong, they've gone into the playoffs multiple years now, And the Packers are still a big-time Super Bowl contending team. I just like the Bears here in this one. The injuries is in this one's ugly. Jacobs is questionable. Obviously, Swift is questionable. I don't think either guy really goes, and if they do, neither guy will be of 100%. But these two backups, Emmanuel Wilson and Kyle Monangai, will step right on in and look just like the day one starters. That's at least what they've done this year. But the weapons for the Bears, Odunze and Luther Burden will be out. You're going to see a ton of jumbo sets with Durham Smythe, Cole Kmet, and Colton Loveland here, these three tight ends. Obviously, you still got DJ Moore on the outside. You can draw something up creative, but I think you see some jumbo three tight end sets, some jumbo wing sets here, and heavy dose of the run game. Lean on this Bears defense. Give me the Bears before I get off on this rant. A long one on those Chicago Bears, but I love the Bears tomorrow night. The Bears. All right, let's get into some NBA action. Like and subscribe, guys. We got Nuggets and the Rockets here. Oops, 1 second. We got to give you guys a little injury report update before we get into anything here with this NBA. All right, Rockets and Nuggets here. Seeing Eason and Finney Smith still out. And then for the Nuggets, it will be Gordon, Braun out, and Watson's a game-time decision. 6 straight wins here for the Nuggets, rolling on all cylinders. Not scared to step in front of the Nuggets, or not scared to step in front of the Rockets again. It would be 3 wins now this year versus the Rockets. When they get it done, they've already won the first 2 meetings here at Denver. Jokic averaging a triple-double this year. Doesn't matter that because they've been banged up throughout this winning streak, this Nuggets squad. I'm not scared to keep it rolling with them here. I'll go minus 125 money line instead of getting that minus 1.5. We'll do the minus 125 money line there with the Nuggets. On to the next one. We got Pacers and Pelicans, and I'll be short and sweet with this one. Tough motivational spot, you would think, for the Pacers, you know, the way they've been playing this year. But then you see the Pelicans and what they've been doing as of late, very well ATS-wise last 10 games. Obviously fresh off the upset against the Rockets. Already this one's climbing up to a minus 3.5. I'm good with betting on the Pelicans when they're catching points. Not when they're laying anything. I'll take the Pacers here. Plus the now 3.5. Give me a Pascal Siakam double-double as well. Derek Queen traveled. We all know he traveled in the NCAA tournament. So that's how I feel about Derek Queen. Despite how well he's been playing in the NBA, I can still say he's a little bit overrated there. That's being harsh. The kid's been playing well. I just remember that travel. I just think a TJ McConnell coming off the bench. These pieces here. Let me actually read the injury report as well for this one. I gave the pick out. Getting excited. Getting ahead of myself. 1 second, guys. When you look, Neesmith will be out and Shepard will be out. Those 2 guys, valuable pieces. Toppin as well. But, I still like what Siakam's leading the team, rebounds and points, almost 25 points a night. We'll still have a Nembhard in there, a McConnell and the rest. I still like the Pacers to get this one done. All right, on to the next one. We got Suns and Warriors. Not every NBA game will be covered. There's a big slate, and we had a lot of college basketball to get into. We had a lot of NFL and bowl games to get into. So this is just the look ahead here a little bit for the NBA. This one, Suns and Warriors. Warriors now laying 5.5 fresh after getting upset by the Suns. We gave out Warriors. We were on Warriors, lost some coin on the Warriors in that last one. Forced to play, I'm going right back to it, though. Just injury report-wise, it's looking like just Horford will really be out for the Warriors. Still Green. Livers will be a game time, and Allen will be a game time. Bray a game time as well. Nothing too serious as well for the Suns. We'll check the status of Allen in the morning. But I would lay it in a bounce back revenge spot. I think they're making you lay it for a reason. It could be some straight bait. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I'm not going to touch the total again in this one because it could be a defensive type game. Uh, that's just how I feel. The Colin Gillespie props will always be a little bit live. I don't know. Just 16 points last game, went 1 for 6 from 3. I could actually see him struggling here again, which would actually lean me in the Warriors side a little bit more. They can't give up the 24 points to Dillon Brooks. The guy shot 23 points to get 24 points. Dillon Brooks, fluke win, but they got it done at home. What can I say? Phoenix did. So give me the Warriors here at home, and I'll lay it with them. Warriors minus 5.5. All right, we got Lakers, Clippers here on the road. Get to the injury report here in this one. Lakers here laying 3.5 points in the final NBA game of the night that we'll break down. Ayton should be out, Reeves out, Vincent out here, and Hachimura is game time with the groin. Anytime you see the groin, just expect it to be a no-go. So those 4 probably will be out. Derek Jones still out for this Clippers squad. Just they've been missing him. That's a huge piece there. Christie game time and Niederhauser will be out for the Clippers. Boy, oh boy, these Clippers, man. Couldn't cover last time out against the Thunder after catching, 18 points. I don't know. I get they're getting 3.5 points plus 3.5. I don't think they can cover that either. I would like to have Austin Reeves in, of course, but I still think Luka, LeBron, and the rest of these boys can get it done here in this. I'm not going to overthink the in-state rivalry game here. Lakers already beat them this year, 135-118. Rosters were a little bit pitchy-patched at that point, a little bit different. I'm not going to overthink it. It'd be Lakers or pass for me. Lakers minus 3.5. All right, we got some NHL hockey to get into, and then we will get on out of here with a little end-of-show parlay. All right, like and subscribe before we get into this hockey action. We got Flyers, Rangers, short and sweet with this one as well. Rangers to the under at about a 60% clip so far this season. Went under there again last time out, and I'm going to say they go under here again against this Flyers squad. 6 out of the last 9 meetings between these two have gone under the total as well. Give me under 5.5 between Philadelphia and New York. On to the next one. We got Oilers and Wild. Oilers are 4-12 in their last 16 matchups here against the Wild. Obviously, Oilers fresh off that big-time win against the Bruins, now 6-0 on the road against Boston. Playing very well, actually, this Oilers squad recently. I believe 5-1 or 6-1 run there on this Oilers squad. Starting to turn it around, but so is this Wild with a 6-game winning streak, not stepping in front of this Wild squad, especially with the recent history between these two teams. Again, Oilers are 4-12 in their last 16 matchups against the Wild. I'll take the Wild here at the minus 125 price. Not scared to go puck line if you want some plus money. We got Kraken and Sharks here. Another one that we could be short and simple and sweet with. Kraken here, 1-11 in their last 12 games. We even took the shot on them last time against the Flames. Plus 145 price there. No way I was wanting to lay minus 170 with the Flames. Kraken were smooth, cruising right along to a 2-0 win. It was looking right? No. 4-2 loss to the Flames. 4 unanswered goals to finish that game off. Kraken doing Kraken-like things. It would be Sharks all the way here. For me, Sharks coming off that bounce back. They would need a bounce back here. Losing there like that to the Stars. Still no shame losing to the Stars. This young squad gets a little bounce back win here for the Sharks in that one. That brings me to the end of show parlay. Yes, the first leg of it would be those Sharks minus 115. We'll take the points. We'll take the points in those other 3. I like that little 4-teamer right then and there to cap your Saturday off, guys. Pretty solid day, though, for me. We had a 5-3 day today. Getting a little bit back on track here before the weekend starts. Let me show you guys here what I am talking about. 1 second. Oh, man, 1 second. I'm trying to play with this here. All right. So if we look, we are, what are we? First off, we have a ton on the site. Last 30 days, it's been okay NBA-wise. College basketball will get right back in track. You can be assured of that. College football has been all right as well this last 30 days. Again, the 6-0 in soccer was just a one UEFA Champions League weekend run there. So don't go too, crazy with that. That's why soccer sometimes can save the month. College football, though, again, the last week we've been kind of rolling hot. We were 3-2 today. NBA 6-5, almost 50-50. But today, again, 3-2 in college football, 1-0 in the NBA. Let me show you guys the last 10. I believe we are 6-4. 1 loss, 2 loss, 3 loss. Yep, 6-4. Excuse me. In our last 10, we split that Bama game there. Bulls plus the 7.5. Vancouver, very nice call on this money line. Read this right up here. Both teams with guys on injury report, Sorokin and Demko expected in goal, both with save percentages above 9-1-0. I was expecting a good goalkeeping game. We had it under 5.5 in that as well. Should have put that on the site. Vancouver on a 5-12 run their last 5 games. Is on a 5-12 run going into this, but their last 5 games have all gone under. This one went under as well, right? However, the last 8 games versus the Islanders, 4-1. Oh, I'm so sorry. However, the last 8 games against the Islanders all went over. So this one went under, right? Like the most recent 5-game trend. And then look, 4-1 in their last 5 meetings head-to-head versus New York Islanders. That's what had me on the plus money play with the Vancouver Canucks today. And, of course, Carolina blows it there. They were up, 3-1, I believe, and then let that one go in a shootout. And then Memphis decides to not bring their offense. But, pretty solid day. We got lucky here with this under 47.5 in Western Michigan and Kennesaw State. But there you guys have it. I have a Saturday Hoops 3.3 pack. 2 pro games, 1 college game in basketball tomorrow. I have a Saturday NHL hockey play of the day. And then I have a Saturday NFL football best bet. Those 3 college games are free. You won't see those on the site. I might put one of them up, but they're freemiums. Those Tulanes and Ole Miss, gave you guys Ole Miss, and then James Madison as well. So there you guys have it. That should just about do it here for the show. Let's check out some of the comments here before we get on out of here. I see a Whiskers appearance, but we'll start here with what I see. We got Alex here. Marcel Reed had that scary injury, could still be hurt. Absolutely. Never understood why you guys do hockey. Nothing ever cashes. I don't know. I actually had a pretty solid day. If you go 1-1 in hockey, like I did today, plus 125 was your one winner. Granted, the other one was a minus 125, so it kind of evens out the math on that. If you guys get me a plus 125, minus 125, but I'm not going to complain about 1-1. I just watch all the hockey bets fail and add up how much I would have lost if I tailed, LOL. Oh, this SF49er guy, man, he's something else. What can I say? I remember him losing big time on one of those games. I'll leave him alone. Creighton here from Whiskers, Georgetown ATS. Not mad at that. I get what he's saying, ATS wise. Oh, he wants me to cover some tennis. Is that what it is? Yeah, he wants me to cover tennis. Then we got a question here from Justin R. Kelly. How much are the premiums? So you can get a premium pick here for $19. That's like a one solo best bet that we'll have. We're always going to suggest either a 3-day pass or a 7-day pass. At least you get all of the picks that we put up during that time span. And then you kind of at least get to choose instead of just picking what our best bet is. I mean, that is more trust in us. I definitely, I am trying to put my best bet in there in that separate pack for you guys, the one that I like the absolute most. But, you get to see all the plays I put in because I have about 8 plays in total tomorrow. I have a couple more hockeys, and then I do have a couple more NBAs as well. So, there's benefits to more of the long-term side of things. Again, you get the late steam action plays as well. So, yeah, there you go, Justin. Link in the description, by the way, if you want to sign up on board. Use the 2-for-1 capper promotion as well. You get 2 cappers for the price of 1, and also a Tony T discount. You'll get that 15% off at checkout, Justin. All right, thank you for tuning into the show. And, of course, I don't mind the negative comments, 49er. San Francisco Niner here. He's also shown love in the past. He wants better hockey picks. Nothing wrong with that. We'll pick it up here pretty soon. What was it? The Blackhawks the other night. They can't get me that win. Plus 200. They're up 2-0. They let that one go. The Kraken up 2-0. They let that one go. If you keep touching the plus money, it's gonna go the other way eventually too, and then you'll wind up going up super huge. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, guys. But yes, shout out to Kel Dog here in the chat. Thank you, Kel Dog. Good seeing you here. Thank you for tuning in as always. Alex here giving some Panthers, Titans, Cardinals, NFL parlay. How live. Love the Titans against the Chiefs. Yes. Cardinals, that game against the Falcons, right? I'm staying away from that one. Just an absolute ugly game. I guess since all the plus value would be there, but I don't know. I actually kind of like an over in that one. High total, I think, for a reason. Kirko Chains there keeps slinging that ball around the yard. Kyle Pitts, I don't know if having a 3-touchdown night, but, he'll still find some weapons there in those 2 running backs from the Falcons. I can make a case for an over. That Panthers game, just completely stay away. I don't want to see the Panthers just do it to me. I start having some faith in them, and then they no way. I'm not a big Bryce Young guy. Starting to not be a Darnold guy, even though he got lucky last night. But there you guys have it. That's the show for you guys, the look ahead show here on Tony's Picks. Thank you guys very much. Of course, link in the description. Check out what we have on the site. Lots of action. Again, I'll have almost 8 plays in tomorrow, if not more. Still got to get to the college football plays, putting those in. I was just trying to get the ones I like the most. Those 2 big spread games in college football playoffs tomorrow. Very, very sketch. And then you got a Miami on the road. It's a tough spot as well. Again, I don't like Cristobal. I don't like Elko. Let me read this last comment, and then I'll get out of here, guys. Cards, McBride, touchdown. Love it. That's been a cash cow a little bit. I pick spots, though, so people get mad at me when I say that's been a cash cow, and then they look recent history. It hasn't been hitting and stuff. It's because I have been picking my spots, and the random times I've happened to pick a Trey McBride, it is cashed, okay? So sorry. But yes, see you guys on Night Moves. Go watch the Night Moves coming right on up after me, midnight, here with the Andre and Ramon. Check that out. Night Moves and all the other shows we got on Tony's Picks. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. You guys have a great, wonderful weekend. Happy holidays. Cheers.